Hey Dave, welcome to the Wild Man channel. On today's video, real quick, Elliot and I were out back this morning. Got this nice, big, monstrous big female coyote, and she wasn't even frozen, so we didn't have her for very long in the snare. It snowed here overnight, just a little dusting of snow on her. If you haven't checked out that video where we catch this beauty in a remade snare set, go ahead and check that out. It's on the channel. It's a pretty good one. So anyway, we're gonna skin it up here today. We're gonna just do it on camera. We're not really gonna explain too much. We're just gonna do it together.
Yeah.
And just important to keep the young fellas out on the line, but it's also important for them, I think, to know that there's more work involved in just the setting and checking the traps, right? So we got Elliot in the skinning shed, and he's done raccoons before, and he's done some fox before, and so we're gonna tackle this coyote. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I did a bear once.
You did help with the bear that time, yeah. I think it's actually on the channel, Spring Bear. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Skinning it or no?
Oh, the bear?
Yeah. Or was it just the hunt?
No, you helped skin the bear. Remember we were in here?
I know, but did we put that on the channel?
Oh, I
When we
don't remember.
skinned it?
No.
When we skinned it, or was it just the hunt?
Well, we put the hunt up, but I think
Yeah.
I think the part where you were skinning it was on that catch, clean, and cook video that we did. Remember the one where we cooked up the bear meat
Oh yeah.
and did the bacon wrap, whatever we did there? So there's a ton of people that will tell you, you know, like what the right way to do this is. Some people air skin coyotes now.
I don't know what air skinning is.
It's when you poke a little hole in the skin and then use an air compressor to blow it up. I've never really tried that. I'm not convinced I could get that done properly, but anyway, I always just make that first cut down across and then up, and then I always start at the tail and make my V cut, right? So that I've got all my crucial cuts in there, especially when Elliot's going to skin with me. Just because if you got beginning people that are just learning to skin, making these initial cuts is a little difficult sometimes, but once you get started, they can pick it up real easy. So when I first do this with Elliot, I always make the difficult cuts, and then I let him work down where it's a little easier to do, but I always want him to do a little bit more of each skin that we do. So I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not telling you how to raise your kid by any means, but if you want to teach a younger generation how to skin, when I first started, my grandfather and father basically just handed me a little squirrel and said, go ahead and skin that, because if I messed it up, what were we out? $1 for a squirrel, right? And I learned to skin that way, but it was a little more difficult, and I really wish they'd started me on something bigger, because, I mean, getting a squirrel done is the exact same process as this big coyote. The cuts are almost identical. It's just that in a squirrel, everything is so small, and you don't really get a chance to see, you know, what you're kind of doing with that. So Elliot started out with raccoons, because that's what was easy.
Yeah.
And based on the fur market today, if you mess up a raccoon, it's about the same as messing up a squirrel. So, no big deal.
And then I moved to like what, foxes?
The other thing that I always reassured Elliot was that if he did make a mistake, it's just a mistake, no big deal. And because we're not in this hobby and we're not doing this for the money, we're just doing it so we can spend time together and be in the outdoors and manage predators and whatever else. We mess one up and it's worth a few bucks less, then it's worth a few bucks less, right?
Yeah.
Nothing that I do.
And that's how you learn.
That is how you learn. You're right, buddy. Learn by making a few mistakes.
Yeah.
Not much that we do is saved for taxidermy work, although I am going to keep a little more for some taxidermy stuff going forward, just because if the fur market stays the way it is, there's going to be, you know, a bigger market for that stuff. So I don't skin the paws out or anything like that. I just skin it like it's going to the auction. All right, where's our S fix? Yeah, we're gonna, as soon as I switch. Okay, so you can start right there, doing what you do. I'll come around and meet you.
I can barely pull her skin down.
Yes, coyotes are tough. Not like the fox we did the other day.
Yeah,
Fox?
the fox was easy.
Foxes are a little easier to skin than coyotes. Switch sides.
Switch sides. Doing good now.
Yeah, it's coming on pretty good there now.
There we go.
Good.
Super.
So in just a little minute, we're going to be around the tail here, and then we'll be able to knock this down. So
Really not really. Hey. I didn't know you could do that.
yeah, as soon as once you get around the hips and you get down toward where it pulls down the back, you can pull a lot of it. Not as much as a fox, but
Do I cut this, Daddy? What
you can.
Like, I'm worried about I'm gonna like cut the fur. It's so thick. Like,
I think I mean, the coyote's fur is pretty tough. I mean, you can cut it, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think just work away, and if you do, you do.
yeah, true.
I mean, we don't want to, that's the,
Yeah, but if you do it on accident, that's
it's not
okay.
the end of the world. My bags of grain are falling over, I'm sitting there.
You can have the stool. I can sit on the bags.
I'm gonna move this up in a second, up our little system, our crank. Just as soon as I get the tail done.
Now I have to keep. Oh no,
No,
it's falling. They're falling. There we go.
I don't want that thing down there. So,
Tail stripper.
not yet. We're gonna cut down. The coyote's tails are so thick and big that we can't go right to the stripper. We gotta start with gotta cut down some.
Okay. You cut the whole way down?
Well, we eventually we split it wide open. Like the tail has to be open to dry properly. But to start with, I don't split it all the way down. I just get it down far enough that we can use the
So you don't
tail
cut it all the
stripper.
way.
I don't, not right now. When we put it on the board to flush it and dry it, I cut it up, cut it open. If I can get it or not. Let's crank it up.
Daddy, I was just holding this while you cranked it up. So I could get some stuff.
Did it work? Is it too high for you?
Oh no. Tail stripper.
Tail stripper, worth its weight in gold right there.
The tail's still gonna be nice.
Now, the tails are always right at your head height, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move it up.
Even with a raccoon this big.
Just try to
Or not a raccoon.
pinch. We'll just try to pinch it out either way, so doesn't hit you in the head.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna switch sides now.
I can make the zip tie work. out of your face. All right, ready? Keep going.
Like that?
Yeah, good work. You're doing good.
How did you learn how to skin?
How did I learn how to skin? Practice. Like I said, I learned on squirrels. And
Like, how do you know how to cut it? Like,
well, Grampy showed me, or I guess I watched Grampy from the time I was probably younger than you. He was, Grampy always had something he was skimming in the basement of. I don't think you ever went to, it would be your great Grampy, right? I don't think you ever went to his house. He lived up at the top, up.
I never met him either.
Mhm.
I never met him.
No, you didn't, I don't think you met him at all. He passed away pretty early. I don't know if you were, yeah, I think you were born. No, you weren't, because I was still in university when Grampy passed away.
Oh my, Daddy, look at this. It's like a bungee.
He's stretchy, eh?
Yeah. Why is he so stretchy?
That's just the type of fat she's got on her belly. And she wasn't frozen, right? So
True.
she's in good shape.
We're about halfway down.
Well, we're
A quarter. Right?
way down the belly. We're gonna get to the hard part here in a minute.
What,
She had a full stomach, I can tell you that. Whatever she ate last is still.
Wait, there's a hard part?
Front legs are always the hardest part, in around the front legs are always. Well, for me, I don't know. Maybe somebody out there in TV land has a trick for that. But
TV
for me, I always struggle with the front
land.
legs.
Where's TV land? Television land?
Television land, yeah. Whoever's watching
Yeah, whoever's watching this video probably has
might have a trick or an easier way, but
yeah. If you do, comment down below, please.
good. Ready to move up a little bit? Or are you at a good height?
I'm at a good height.
You're at a good height?
You
Okay.
can move.
If you're at a good height, I'll move down for a minute or two.
Is this okay if I go like that?
Yeah, whatever you need to do. Because you're not pulling on the tail.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's bad to pull the tail, but if you can, it's not, the tail's not held on by much, just a little tiny little piece of skin there, so you could actually pull the tail off if you weren't careful, so
Which
we
isn't
don't.
a good thing.
Yeah, no, we don't pull the tail off.
I mean, if you wanted to, you can. But I don't know why you would. Right?
Oh, you wouldn't want a lot of your values in a nice big fluffy tail. So,
See, when you can get it down good, you can go quite fast.
yeah, once you get it started, and if it's like part of the, I say part of the reason, sometimes they go really slow is because you get them halfway frozen or you get them frozen and then this part here isn't anywhere near as easy, but where we just got this one today and we're skinning it right today, like we're getting it done right up.
Yeah. And like the last raccoon, it was like wet and then it froze. So.
Right. Yeah, I gotta get some gloves that are your size, man. You've been doing good with the large size gloves, but it'd be a lot easier if you had some that fit you right.
When you get down to the part, I can't really do anything.
Right, just for a second. You can keep coming down the back if there's room, but if there's not,
I don't see any room.
like right there.
Oh, okay, I see
You know
that.
what I mean? try to get a little bit closer around his front shoulders here and see if I can't. We got him. There we go. Okay, we gotta go because his tail's dragging on the floor.
Yeah. At this point, I have to bend down too. At that point.
Now, the way we've got our system, we shouldn't
Works
have to
pretty good.
shouldn't have to bend over for much of it. Should all be
And
right.
it works good too. You just need to crank it up and then it should work.
Yeah.
Or it will work.
This one's pretty big though. I'm gonna be right at the end of the all we can crank up for height.
Yeah. Cause look, you're almost there already. You're about like
How
8
much
inches
farther we
away.
got to go? Yeah, about 8 inches.
Around 6 inches, 6 to 8. Probably. Maybe 7 because that's in the middle of 6 to 8.
Gonna turn it on a little bit.
Okay. Oh, daddy. It always surprises me when you do that. Where to next, boss?
Now we're gonna come right around like this, and I'm gonna try to get the. We're almost ready to do that
When
front
you
shoulder.
pull it, I
thing.
can get it good.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Want me to pull a bit for you?
It's fine, but when you pull it, I can get all the weight stuff.
Yeah, go
Good.
ahead.
Keep going.
Yeah, good job. Come right around there.
Holy, when you pull that, that's good.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna get between the front legs here a little bit.
How do you do like the legs and the front legs?
Well, I cut up to the. Some people cut them right off because you don't really use the fur that's on them. They only use about an inch of the front leg, but I cut right up until the first elbow, right from the paw.
Yeah.
And then as I'm coming down this way, as soon as I get between the front legs, as soon as I feel that I can get that little round tool that I use, as soon as I think I can get it in there, I switch over to that. But
Unlike the back legs, like the back legs you just use.
yeah,
the
back legs
feet.
are wide open, right? And so you can go around them, but these ones here you gotta.
Like the back legs, you just take the feet off of them, right? And the paws off of them.
Right, and you do the same in the front, except for the. And some people do it at the beginning, and I just don't bother. I just skin around it, but. Yeah, you're good.
Is that the knife you always use? Pretty much.
This is I use my Havilon, and then I use this one.
Yeah.
I think it's the same one.
Mostly you use that one.
Yeah.
It's really getting to the part I can't really do much because it's getting smaller. There's not room for 2 knives, eh?
Yeah, not usually, but
Okay. It's kind of weird.
well,
What are you trying to do? Buddy?
what am I trying to do? Good question. Where's my little round thing that we used? You know, a little pokey thing in there.
This one?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer.
No,
Or
it's
black one.
a sharpener, but it's just from a cheap knife set from ages
It's
ago.
a sharpener?
It's a knife sharpener. I use this one to do your knife, right? This nice
Yeah.
flat one, but that's an older one of the same type of thing.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll get the front one.
See, probably my biggest problem will be like, if I did one by myself, I don't think I'd be able yet to do like the first initial cuts like up there in the front legs. I could probably do like the skinning part, but I don't know if I could do like the initial cuts, like the front legs and the back legs.
Well,
and
That's why, as we work through this season, you're working with me each time. You'll do a little bit more each time, and each time, and each time, and then before you know it, you'll be like, hey, I'm gonna do
the
this.
tail's dripping again. Tail's
Oh, that's okay. I moved some stuff there. It's fine.
dripping.
All right, so we'll get this front leg out of here. This. if we had that done on this side, my man. We'd have the
It would
front
just
legs
be
done.
good. Be easy as pie. It's in the heater. The heater kicked in.
Heater kicks in. I'm not even sure if you can hear anything we're saying on the video.
Yeah, but we're here. We're still talking. It's just the heater. I think we're almost done. We're around there, right?
Well, we're almost done this. Going to grab the my universal bungee cord leg holder upper thing
Yep.
out of the bucket.
Got it.
We'll need that just in a minute.
Okay, I'll hold it until you're ready for it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
When are we gonna start making Envy Wildman again?
Pardon?
When are we gonna start making Envy Wildman again?
Envy Wildman grain? Oh,
I like doing it. It's
I
fun.
know, it's fun, but we won't be putting out any more Envy Wildman grain until probably August of next year, 6 months or so. Alright, let's put this up here.
Okay.
We'll get those up and away. Be careful when you get to the snare mark, okay?
Where? Do you see this now?
I don't yet, no.
There yet?
Yeah, you're good. Keep coming.
Are we there yet?
Oh no, we're not there yet. He's coming up soon though. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, that's it right there. See that line right there? That's the mark where the snare was around her neck, so.
See, I would have never knew that.
You can see it a little more clearly once you get it down farther.
Now the legs are just at my head, Daddy.
Legs are taking you out, are they? Crank us up a little bit more. We got about 6 inches to go.
Okay.
See if we can get us any more height.
I can barely crank it.
I'm pushing down. Go ahead.
Good?
Keep coming.
Good?
A little more. Good. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Perfect.
If I kept spinning it, would it just not spin, or would it, like, try and keep going?
No, it won't go any farther to jam up. See the top things
Oh, yeah.
in that little
It has a weight thing.
little pulley?
Yeah.
It would try to pull it through the pulley, but it wouldn't go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, would it try to keep going?
It'll try.
But it won't.
Well, I mean, you could probably make it go if you really, really wanted to break stuff. You could probably make it go, but
But I would rather not do that. Right?
let's hope not.
When does they have babies in the summer?
Coyotes? Yeah, babies in springtime.
Or spring, sorry. I can't really do anything right now, can I?
Not just yet. Let's just wait till we get around by the where the ears are.
I can see the snare mark on his hip. Does the snare mark make it like the skin more like delicate almost?
Yeah, like right there. That's the mark, and that's it on its fur. Makes the
and that
fur a
makes
little bit weak, but that's where it was around its neck.
This is big. Like, just its body is like the biggest coyote I've ever seen. Like the last one, the first one we did on
Was
the
about
video, was what is about as big as this guy's body.
Right, after he's been skinned, or she, I guess.
Yeah. And the fur makes him or her look massive, right?
Yeah, she's got lots of big fluffy fur that's nice, and
And she is massive on the inside. She's the size of 3 raccoons.
she's big. She's probably one of the biggest ones I've caught.
She's definitely the biggest one I've ever caught. Well, with you. Are you ready for the ears? Or the ears?
Almost. Just right about there.
How can you tell?
Years,
yeah.
years and years of experience.
Do you just guess?
No, I don't guess. I can feel the cartilage. You see how it feels like a little bubble right there?
Yeah.
You
And you
can
can kind of see it.
you can just feel it, and then you can see it's a little bit different.
Are you gonna get? You want me to get paper towel?
Go what?
Paper towel.
Yeah, please.
Where is the big cup? Oh, it's right here.
They're on the table.
Do you want it quickly?
No, don't worry, but I need a couple pieces.
Single pieces or
Yeah, 2 singles.
2 singles?
2 singles.
Can one of them have a little bit on the end?
Yeah.
Yep. Here you go. I'm gonna leave them here, okay?
Yep. I'm gonna need one right away. I'm already bleeding here.
Don't wait. Oh, it's bleeding a lot.
Well, I cut a little deep around the ear.
Not a super bad thing. Right? It's not a bad thing. It's clean. Does it matter if there's blood on the skin? Does it get lower than
No, not
the
really.
rest?
No, it doesn't, because when you flesh it, like when we flesh this, and we go to like get it on a board, it won't. This is all coming off, right? What we try not to get blood on the inside, like where the fur is, because
Yeah.
then you got to kind of wash it to keep it cleaner.
But on the outside, it's fine, right?
Again, because
Blood on the
we're gonna
side,
we're gonna flesh this all up.
blood on the side, blood on the side, blood on the side. There you go. Holy smoke. This is a big coyote. It's like the size of me almost, right? It's almost my size, isn't it, Daddy?
This coyote probably weighed as much as you do.
Yeah, but I think I'm a little bigger than it.
I'd say yes, you were definitely bigger than the coyote.
Yeah, I'm probably like a foot taller than that, probably. A half foot maybe. You get the point. Big boy on the side there.
Can you grab another paper towel and snag it? I've got my hands kind of.
I can grab the blood. I can grab
You can be my third hand.
Okay. I'm not gonna be able to use my knife though.
That's okay. If you see drips of blood coming down, you just snag them so that they don't get down too much farther. Wash your hands. Okay, so we got the bottom lip done. We gotta turn them.
Come on down. Smells weird. Nothing. Done. Pretty much. We're done skinning. I think. Right?
You do this part.
Yeah, this is garbaggio.
Yeah.
Do you need this?
Let me see that one. Those ones are pretty used up. Let me see that one.
This one's quite clean. Still clean.
Let's see what we ended up with, dude.
Yeah, I'll see it. I'm excited to see how big this one is.
A little bit of blood on the belly, but not too bad.
It's fine.
Wow.
Holy. Let's do a size comparison. I want to see how big it is compared to me.
Yeah, it's taller than you, tail up, but that is a big,
That's a
beautiful coyote. Look at that.
Big-
That is a monster.
Can I feel the fur?
Yeah, sure. Nice.
Can I hold it?
You want it?
Yeah.
You got it?
Fur's like 10 pounds.
It's nice, eh? All right, guys and girls and whoever else might be watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching with us. Again, not very instructional, just hanging out with you guys in the fur shed. So until next time, happy hunting from the MB Wildman channel.
Goodbye.